survey that we had. And it tells all the projects throughout the whole state of Missouri that rural development's been involved in, the dollars we've spent on different projects. I always like to give this out in this form that we like to give out because it helps people think, maybe in your community, how can rural development help you. Lots of different ideas about all around the state that we've done and have helped people with. These other flyers in here are just what we call program fact sheets. It's the general information introducing some of our programs, and if it's something that you say, hey, you know, this might be something for us, you can contact anyone in our office. On the back of each flyer, there's contact information, or it might be on the front of that person that's in charge of that program for Knox County. So we just want to reach out and talk to you about our different programs. Janet and I are from the Moberly office. We cover the housing program for Randolph County, North 7 counties, so we include Knox County in that. Luann covers the community facility programs for her large area, but she covers Knox County. And Cheryl Elliott out of our New London office covers our water and waste program. And then Steve Garrich out of my Moberly office also covers the business and industry loans and grants for Knox County. He covers the whole north of Missouri. So we're going to all touch base on each one of these. If you have questions, definitely get with us or ask, and we'll see. If we don't know the answer, we always try to find out for you. But we'll get started. We'll cover the housing program, and I'll let Janet cover that. So, and that will be your first packet there, stapled together for that.
Yay.
The 502 loan program is the direct program and guarantee program. That's to purchase a home. And the direct loan program is more geared toward the lower and very low income to help maybe with providing payment assistance depending on their income and their debts. They can sometimes qualify for a little bit of payment assistance, which is actually reduction of their interest rates. Like right now, our interest rate is 3%, and sometimes they can go as low as 1% on their interest rate, which really helps reduce their principal and interest payment. Because some people, they would go for a house if they couldn't do that, so that really helps them out. And we usually always include their insurance and their taxes and their payments, so then at the end of the year they don't have to come up with those big amounts of money. And then the guarantee program, that's for more of the moderate income level people, and that's where they go to the bank and we guarantee the loan 90%, and it's still 100%. They don't have to have any down payment on any of these loans. There is a fee charge with those, but they can usually include those in the loan. Yeah, the limits on there.
Yeah, I've got this top sheet here has like the income limits for each program, or the housing here, and this is just housing because all the other programs don't have this. But the home repair program, this is the household income limits. We count all the income in the household. The direct program is also on here, which coincides with one of the flyers there. And the direct program, they work directly with our office, so we're involved with that loan from start to finish.
And the guarantee, they go directly through the bank. The bank does all the application process and everything. And then we have like a centralized group of people that just process the guarantee loans. And so they just review and make sure everything's good, and then they process those in the bank. They service it and everything. And we just provide 90% if something were to go wrong with the loan. We provide 90% of the cover. I guess for like a guaranteed loan for 90%, so if it goes bad, they're covered. And on the 504 program, that's our repair program. And that's for the very low income. So, I'm sure the guides are on there and what the guides are for the income. And we can do roofs for grants, especially the 504 grant program. They have to be at least 62, and we can go up to $7,500. And we can do like any health or safety issues, like roofs. Say you want a handicapped shower, ramps, stuff like that. And then the loan we can do up to $20,000, and it's usually a 1% loan for 20 years. And any age can do that as long as they're in a very low income. So if you know anybody in the area that needs some repairs,
And you do have to own and occupy your property.
Yeah,
you
you have to
can't be for rental property or anything like that. So you have to be the owner and occupying that property.
what else I can tell you? questions on any of that, anybody?
You make the time they have to own the house and they get the repair
They just have to, they just have to provide proof that they own it. The grants,
Yeah, the grants do.
the grants, yeah, the grants, you have to own it for 3 years. You can't transfer title for 3 years, otherwise you have to pay the whole thing back. The loan, of course, is just the loan, just like a lender, it's 1% fixed for 20 years. You know, we're gonna base it off the equity in the property too, you know, and depending on what the repair is. So we can do all kinds of home repairs with that.
We do have a loan on it too, I
contractors.
forgot on the housing, I didn't think to tell them that, and it's gone up just slightly to, is it 260 for this area too?
Yeah, 216, 840 is our
But they
income
can't go over
limit,
the
or our
debt.
household limit, or limit for making a loan. It's 216, 840, and that's for the direct program.
But it depends on your debts, though, they can't have over a total debt of 41% of their total principal, interest, and any other debts on that. If they go over 41%, they couldn't go up that high, you know, because if they don't qualify. But that's usually how we determine how much they're eligible for, is by their income and debts ratios. See how much, you can't go over 41% total debt.
And the direct program is what Echo and them use. They work directly with our office to get their home loan. We can finance home repairs in there. There's a lot of times we require repairs on depending on what it is.
We did all of that.
So
We had a lot of that.
So I mean, there's some houses that don't require many. There's some that we do require a lot. It just depends on the house, usually, and what condition it's in. We can finance those repairs on the direct side, and on the guaranteed side, they can. There's some lenders that don't do that. They want the seller to do them before. So, but the guaranteed program, we just have approved lenders that do that loan for us. They're just there. We're there to back it. Like she said, we kind of underwrite it. We look at, they submit their packet test, and we look it over and make sure it meets our requirements. So, but they're both good programs. Like I said, no down payments for either one. So it's a good starting out program. And you do not have to be a first-time home buyer. A lot of people think you have to be a first-time home buyer. You could be one that's selling your house and going to move to a different one, and you might qualify, and you could still. But you can't already own a home. That's the key thing. You can't own one when we make these a new one. So you might have to sell it too, if that's the case. So, but and it covers all of Missouri. There's certain counties or certain like metropolitan areas that we cannot go in, like Kansas City, St. Louis, Columbia. We can sometimes go in the outskirts of there, and like Sedalia, and there's been several other, Springfield and Joplin. We have like lines that we cannot go past because it exceeds the population limit that we're allowed. So 35,000 is our population limit. We cannot go in towns or cities above that. So we're out here for rural Missouri. So, and that's what our purpose is. So, and I know one of you asked is, our old name used to be Farmers Home Administration, so we've been around for a long time. And we switched names over the years, and now we're rural development. So I know people in FHA, used to be called FMHA, and there's FHA, which is a HUD, or Housing and Urban Development. We are not the FHA that's with HUD. They can go to metropolitan areas, and we cannot. So, any questions on housing? It's a good.
Do you think anybody knows about this program?
We do not have advertising dollars, so everything that you guys hear is usually word of mouth or by us out in the communities, working, talking to groups like you, just getting the word out, because we just don't have an advertising budget, you know. And if we put, you know, news articles in the paper, we try to get flyers around town, just talking to different community leaders that might be able to refer someone that you know, or some company that say, hey, you know, try this program, it might work for you. You know, so that's how we get the word out, because we're there working the program, we're out here trying to be in the communities, and let people know about it.
Can you tell them about like what? Because I mean, you guys are involved in every.
On our
everything.
home loans, you mean like just for the home loans, or are you talking about all of the programs?
Well, I know the home loans.
Yes. On the home loans, we're involved in everything, but we can build the infrastructure of the small town. We're involved with community facilities. We're involved with business and industry loans, and in all communities. We're involved with the water and sewer, you know, and developing that infrastructure and stuff. So I mean, we've got lots of people that are out here in communities doing stuff. Luann does community facilities. You know, we've done ambulances, we've done weather sirens, we do police equipment, we do all kinds of different things. So, you know, rural development's out there touching base on everything, so.
Small business loans or business loans, rural business loans and
We
things.
do all kind of business, and in those books that we handed out, we'll mention some of the business, may not mention all the ones in Missouri, but we do have a list if you're interested that will include every project we've done in Missouri for the last fiscal year, and we can send that out to you. And it's actually on our website, and I did put the web address on here so that you can have that, and you can go there, and it'll say fiscal year accomplishments, and it'll be listed on there. And then also one for last year, so you can get an idea of all the projects we have been involved with all over the state. So I will let Luann cover her community facility program.
I have to start with a story on Davey. He has danced with our state director.
Oh, my.
We had a media event one time and Davey danced her down the aisle, so. I'm Luann Raji with USDA Rural Development out of Kirksville, and I do community programs. I did do housing for several years, but that's changed so much that I wouldn't even be able to talk about it anymore. And as Catherine said, rural development likes to say that we can help a town from the ground up. And actually, we do have a program that can pretty well help any area you've got, from housing to community facilities to water and waste.
And you have us below the ground.
I know, but yeah, I'm going to touch on that with Cheryl's part. We have some areas of focus right now that just kind of helps you think about some of the key things we're looking at, and that's community and economic development. That's a big one that we're trying to help the smaller towns right now. Bioeconomy, which is a little harder to reach sometimes, and then local and regional foods. And one way we kind of helped here with local and regional foods is that I was able to do a forklift for the food bank here. So we have done some projects here in the past. In 2015, in our state, we did $24,969,400 in community facility loans just in the state. In our area, which is the top 1/3 of the state about, we did $11,356,900 of that. So we had a really good year last year. In grants last year, we had $69,400 that was in our area, which is the top 1/3. We got more grant money this year, so our grant allocation was actually $135,945. And in my service area, which starts with Adair and Schuyler and goes along there and on to the east, we got 98,100 of that in our area. So we were on the ball. Plus, we've got another 10,675 in grant to help Herbland with their early warning siren. So some of the projects, Catherine touched on a few, but when you think of community facilities, you don't always think of the whole realm of it. But some of the things we've done this year are 911 communication centers, police vehicles, that's a big one, fire department equipment, and we can do trucks too. We're doing a new maintenance building for a township to keep their the road equipment in, a garbage truck, and then another early warning siren. In the past, we've done hospitals, senior centers, nursing homes, mowers for towns that need mowing so they can keep the town up, ambulances, fire trucks. So that's just some samples of what all we can do. One thing people always ask is, when is the best time to apply? There's not really a best time. Yes, our fiscal year runs October 1st. Honestly, we just got our funding in April for our programs. So I always tell them, let's get started on it, let's have it in line. If the money's gone, we're ready to be in line for next year. So there's no best time. Anytime that you're ready, we're ready to work on it. And then Cheryl wasn't able to be here today, so she gave me some highlights on the water and waste. In 2015, $60 million was invested back in Missouri in water and waste. In 2016, so far, there's been $35 million, and they're way above their allocation of what they received. The funds can be used in towns of 10,000 or less for the water and waste. And yes, you have one that's hit home here, the Edina Sewer Project. The engineering firm is Klinger and Associates, and they started in 2011 or maybe a little bit earlier than that. April 2012, the citizens voted in $4 million in revenue bonds. In February of 2013, there was a loan of $2,313,000 at 2.5%, and a grant of $1,047,000 obligated. April of 2015, the bids were opened and they were over the estimated project cost. In May of 2015, we obligated another $1,151,000 at 2.75% interest, and the total project's $4.5 million. That's a big project, isn't it? So construction started in June of 15, and I think you're about to wind up with it, aren't you? Is that
Yep.
about finished
We're
up?
winding down.
Okay, and that's what I thought. Construction should be completed in July. So congratulations. I know that's been a big project for all of you.
Thank you.
Catherine touched a little bit on the business programs, and we do have several business programs. We have one that's called the Rural Business Development Grant, and actually it's a business program, but it's one the community facility people do, and that's what we were able to do the forklift for the food bank with. So it's to help small businesses. The goal is to create jobs. So if there's anything that anybody's interested in there, I'll be glad to talk to you, but it is just a grant. And then if we need to get you into a loan, then we go to Steve and he does a loan with you. We've got several different business programs. So take a look at your guides and go online, and I gotta brag one little thing. One of these pictures in here is ours. That's Scotland County's new truck last year.
Sweet.
Yeah, so see, you guys can have one of those too. So, our business cards are here. If you have any questions, get a hold of us and we'll be glad to help you any way we can. I know when you think about government, you think of a stack of paperwork. That's just what you think of. We don't just hand you the stack and say, have at it. We hold your hand and help you through it. So don't be afraid to work with us because you're afraid of paperwork, because we will get you through that part. So, thank you.